like hope is gone. Be strong, I will keep on keeping on and be strong in the Lord. Be strong in the Lord, in the strength of His power. Be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. When I'm feeling hurt and pain, be strong, be strong. You restore my joy again. I'll be strong in You, Lord. Be strong in the Lord, in the strength of His power. Be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. Break it down now. Come on, everybody, time to get strong through the power of God. We'll carry on. Come on, everybody, time to get strong through the power of God. We'll carry on. If you can't whistle this song, be strong, be strong. Just hum or clap and stomp along and be strong in the Lord. Be strong in the Lord, in the strength of His power. Be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power. Be strong in the Lord, in the strength of His power. Be strong in the Lord and in His mighty power.
Welcome back, Knights. Are you ready for another adventure? Another quest? Have you seen Armor or Merit? Well, since I'm the only one here, maybe I could try out my new joke with you. How do you build the walls of an ice house? With igloo. Get it? Igloo? It's another joke about snow and ice. Not good? Okay. Chew! Okay, Knights, unfreeze and let me look up another one while the royal musicians come out here.
Water you turned into wine. Open the eyes of the blind. There's no one like You, none like You. Into the darkness You shine.
Thanks, musicians. Okay, I have another joke, and this one is really good. What does a snowman ride to his friend's house? An icicle. Get it? Icicle? It sounds like a bicycle.
Sparky, have you been telling your jokes again?
Well, I thought I had some good ones this time. What do you think, Knights?
I think you may need to stick to dragon work and let the comedians handle the jokes.
Where have you been?
I've been up in the northeast corner turret. As you know, turrets are tall towers in important parts of a castle for observation and defense. They were very common in castles built in medieval times and in the Dark Ages.
Speaking of Dark Ages, do you know why they call it the Dark Ages?
Actually, I don't.
Well, it's simple. It's because there were so many knights. Get it? Knights. Like nights when the sun is down and it's dark. But
Yes, I think we've got it. I've got to find you a new hobby. Anyway, I was up in the turret hoping to see the king returning to North Castle. We've already found 2 pieces of the great armor, so I figured the king should be returning soon. Oh well, I think we should continue the search for the rest of the pieces.
And that's where I come in. Do you have a third riddle for me to translate? It says, searching for peaceful shoes upon one's feet, find a baby asleep where animals eat. That doesn't sound like a very clean place for a baby.
It sure doesn't. It sounds a little strange, too.
I remember a story in the king's book about a baby inside a basket in the river. Fish are animals that eat in the river. Do you think that's the story we need to look into?
I don't think so. I think it needs to be something more like a food bowl or a bucket with some food in it.
Hey,
Hey, what?
no, hay. You know, dry grass? A lot of animals eat hay. What do you call something that holds hay for animals to eat?
Well, it could be a trough or a feed box or a
Manger.
Yes, a manger. There's a story in the king's book about a baby sleeping in a manger. I wonder if the royal players can tell us that story. Let's open the king's book and see.
Good day, Knights of North Castle, and welcome back to the Bible Storytelling Station, or as I like to call it, Story Hall. On our last part of the quest for the King's armor, we explored the story of David and Goliath. David showed us the way to the breastplate of justice. When we stand for what is just, we know we are standing for God's way. With the belt of truth and the breastplate of justice, our quest is off to a roaring start. Today we have another quest for yet more of the King's armor. Before we ride out, let us prepare our hearts with our banner verse from Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10. Be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his power. Be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his power. Ah, well said. And yet, as Knights of North Castle, we are called to be more than just big and bold. We are also called to be soft and gentle. Let's imagine that each of us is holding a little baby in our arms, and without waking the baby, let us gently whisper our banner verse. Be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his power. Huzzah! Do you remember that there are 2 parts to the King's Book, the Old Testament and the New Testament? Well, Knights, this tale from the King's Book is from the New Testament book called Luke. Oh, and there's a baby. Speaking of babies, here comes someone who is about to have a baby of her own. She's one of the greatest heroes in the great book.
Oh, little town of Bethlehem, we're almost there.
Joseph, this baby could come at any minute. Remind me again why we need to go to Bethlehem.
Remember how I told you I'm a descendant of King David?
Oh yes, if I've heard it once, I've heard it 1,000 times. Hey Mary, did you know that King David, the guy who faced Goliath, is my great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather?
You left out a few greats.
And you left out why we have to go to Bethlehem.
Before David became king, he was a humble shepherd boy from Bethlehem. The current Roman Emperor, Caesar Augustus, is making everyone go back to their own cities to be counted. Since I'm from David's family, I have to go to David's city, Bethlehem.
But we live in Nazareth. This is very inconvenient.
I know, Mary, but the Romans are in charge and we are not.
This baby could come at any minute. You better find a room soon.
Looks like there's no room anywhere.
Not anywhere?
All the places look full. Well, except that stable over there.
What, and when this baby comes, we're just supposed to lay him away in a manger somewhere?
And that's exactly where Mary had the baby. It came upon the midnight clear. She wrapped the baby snugly and laid him in a manger. Meanwhile, shepherds were in the fields nearby, guarding their sheep at night. And knights, I need you to be the sheep in this story. Watch carefully. Every time I give you the thumbs up, make a ba sound. Let's try it. Bah! Good job.
It sure is a beautiful night.
It's more than beautiful.
A holy night?
I think so. The sheep seem to think so. They seem more excited than usual.
Bah!
It's like they know something we don't.
Bah!
Like something special's about to happen.
Bah! Something special did happen. An angel of the Lord appeared to the shepherds.
Behold! Ah!
Don't be afraid, I bring good news to you. Wonderful, joyous news. For all people, your Savior is born today in David's city.
You know, David was a shepherd from Bethlehem, just like us.
I know him.
You will find a newborn baby wrapped snugly and lying in a manger.
Suddenly, there were even more angels praising God.
Hark the herald angels sing.
Glory to God in heaven and on earth, peace among those whom he favors.
Joy to the world.
The Lord has come.
Let's go to Bethlehem to see what has happened.
Hey, sheep, you were right. Something special did happen.
Bah!
Look, there they are, and there's the baby.
We bring blessings to you on this silent night. We are shepherds from the fields nearby.
If you listen closely, you can hear our sheep way out in the distance.
Bah!
I am Mary.
And I'm Joseph. You know, my great.
Not now, Joseph.
Sorry.
We knew you'd be here. An angel of the Lord told us that a Savior was born tonight.
And that he would be lying in a manger. He is Christ the Lord.
Oh, come, all you faithful, come see the baby.
So it really is true.
Everything has happened exactly as the angel said it would.
We wanted to come and see it with our own eyes. The Prince of Peace has come.
Speaking of peace, I'm sure you're tired now and need your rest.
Come on, let's go tell it on the mountain, over the hill and everywhere.
Jesus Christ is born.
Bah!
So that's what our riddle meant. Wow, Jesus was born in a place where horses and cows eat.
I wish we had cows here at North Castle.
Why is that?
Well, it's so cold here that if we had cows, we could get ice cream instead of milk.
I think your jokes are getting worse.
Thank you. So, we're looking for the shoes of peace?
Yes, and the riddle said we would find it if we look closer at the story of Jesus' birth. I think these knights will be able to find this next piece of the great armor now. Do you know what our castle call-out is?
Let me guess. Armor up with peace?
Exactly. Remember, we put our fists on our shoulders like putting on a safety harness when we say, armor up. Then we do this motion, as you say, with peace. Now, let's put it all together. Armor up with peace.
That's great. I have a nightly lesson for everyone.
What is it?
How do knights see in the dark? With night lights. Get it? Night lights.
Well, that does remind me that we need to teach the knights another important part of being a knight. Sometimes, knights may need to scale or climb a castle wall. Since they are wearing so much armor, they need to be very good at climbing a ladder. Let's practice one hand and leg at a time. Everyone stand up.
Looks like they're all moving up in the world. Before you go, don't forget the banner verse, which is found in Ephesians 6:10. Say it with me. Be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his power.
Have fun finding those shoes of peace, knights. Remember, your castle guides and station leaders will be there to help you on your quest.
Oh no, it's happening. Chew!
Knights, please stay frozen in place until your castle guides lead you to your first station.
Hi, I'm Grant. Welcome to Recreation. Our story this morning is about Mary's journey to Bethlehem. Now, I don't know if you know this, but that part of the world is very, very hilly. There's a lot of sand and rock, and they didn't have roads back then like we do now. This would have been a very, very tiring journey for Mary and Joseph, especially with Mary carrying little baby Jesus in her belly. They, of course, didn't have cars back then, and so they would have had to use a donkey to either carry their stuff or Mary, or perhaps both. And we're not even sure if they had a donkey or if they had to walk the entire way themselves. Their legs must have been really tired by the time they got to Bethlehem. So in today's activity, we're going to see if our legs are as strong as Mary and Joseph's must have been to make that long journey. This activity is called the Bring Sally Up Challenge. We'll be listening to a song, and in that song, the singer says, "Bring Sally up" and "Bring Sally down" many times. When we hear "Bring Sally up," we'll stand up straight. And when we hear "Bring Sally down," we'll squat down. Now, if you need to rest or take a break, do that for as long as you need to. But try to see if you can last for the entire song. Are you ready? Let me pull the song up.
Bring Sally up and bring Sally down. The last done start, gotta tell the ground. Bring Sally up and bring Sally down. The last done start, gotta tell the ground. Bring Sally up and bring Sally down. The last done start, gotta tell the ground. Bring Sally up and bring Sally down. The last done start, gotta tell the ground. Bring Sally up and bring Sally down. The last done start, gotta tell the ground. Sally up and bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Sally up and bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Sally up and bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Oh, Miss Lucy dead and gone, left me here to weep and moan. Sally up and bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Sally up and bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Sally up and bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Sally up and bring Sally down. Last done start, gotta tell the ground. Sally up and bring Sally down.
I don't know if your legs are tired, but mine definitely are. Also, my dog got in on it, so that was pretty fun. His name is Obi. I only got him about a month ago. I hope you had fun at rec. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you soon.
Hello, brave VBS Knights. I'm Miss Katie, and I'm here to lead your science experiment today. Some of you might know me from teaching at UCECP, our preschool, and some of you might know me as Eleanor, Gabby, and Maxine's mom. They're having a lot of fun with VBS this week, and I hope you are too. Today, we are making soap boats. And in your packet that went home with you, you should have received some dish soap. You should have received 2 templates, one for a big boat, one for a smaller boat. Some toothpicks, a couple of those, although you might have those at home too. And 2 different materials. This is kind of a more cardboard fibrous material, and this blue is just kind of it's called cardstock, so it's just a little bit thicker of paper. So with these materials, we are making soap boats. But why are we making boats? Well, the disciples in our story today traveled by boat, but their boats were likely powered by oars, oars that they kind of paddle like this. Or they may have had sailboats that they required the wind to power their boats. But our boats today are going to be powered by science. So how does this work? How do water and different materials that the boats are made of and dish soap make the boats move? Well, water is made up of molecules, and much like when people are holding hands, those molecules like to stick together. But dish soap causes the water molecules to lose grip on one another, and they push away the dish soap. So the notch in the boat, let's see that notch? There it is, that little notch. It goes kind of up, over, and down. That notch means that those molecules can only push in one direction, and that's what helps propel our boats. So the only other thing that you need, other than what came in your science kit, is some sort of tray. You could use a cookie sheet. Mine is pretty old and has been well used. You could use a baking dish. These are things you could find in your kitchen. But today, I'm going to use this plastic black tray. And then I poured some water in it, but only about a 1/4 inch of water, which a 1/4 inch is really little. It's kind of about that little bit of water. So what we're going to do, I'll show you. I used our pattern in the blue paper to make one boat. There it is, just like our template. And then I used that more fibrous cardboard material to make a smaller boat. There it is. It's a little different in shape, but still kind of similar. And then I wanted to experiment and see if a different shape and size boat would move faster or slower. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my toothpick ready and my boats ready. I'm going to pan down on my tray, and I'm going to turn it this way so that you can watch it. The boats will go up in this direction. Ooh. You see me? There we go. Okay. So what we're going to do, I'm going to open the lid. Don't spill it. I'm going to get my dish soap on the end of this toothpick. Okay, and I'm going to start with my regular shaped boat. I'm going to let it float in the water, and let's see what happens when I put the dish soap at that notch. Did you see that? It propelled it forward. Let's see what happens with the smaller one. I wonder why that one didn't move as much. Was it its size? Was it the kind of material the boat was made of? What do you think? Now let's try our big boat. That one didn't move quite far either. Now, I do know that in these instructions, they recommend that after you do each boat, you could dump the water and start over again to make sure that that doesn't kind of mess up other boats experimenting in the water. The other thing that you can do is you can use different materials to make boats. So we came home with the blue cardstock and the cardboard paper, but what if you tried an Amazon box or a plastic milk carton? What might happen and what boat would move the fastest? I can't wait for you guys to try this experiment out at home, and I hope you have a lot of fun and take it to a whole nother level. Maybe race each other with boats if you have siblings at home, or you can just try all the materials you could possibly find. Good luck experimenting, scientists and brave knights. I have one more thing that I'm going to share with you that we can use the rest of our dish soap for, so stay tuned. Hi VBS Knights, I'm back again with one more fun bonus science experiment that you can do with the rest of your dish soap. It's very easy. All you need is a blender, a cup of water, and your dish soap. So what I'm gonna do, this is how easy it is. You add a cup of water into your blender, and then I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of my soap. Now you do have the option of adding food coloring. So if you have any food coloring at home and you want to make this science experiment more colorful, go ahead and add that now. I added some blue. So what we're going to do, we have 1 cup of water, 2 tablespoons of dish soap. Food coloring is optional, otherwise it will be white, but that's just fine. Wait until you see what happens. My lid's on nice and tight. My power's on. I'm gonna blend. Ready? Plug your ears if you don't like loud sounds. So I blended that on high for maybe 30 seconds, and look at what happens when you combine that water and soap. It makes this really fun sensory foam. Do you see it there? So all it is soap and water, and I have it here on my kitchen counter. So this is a quick way to clean my counters. You could put it in a container. You can add scoops and funnels and cups. You could put it in a water table outside. Any of those things are fun ways to add to the uses for dish soap. If we hadn't added the blue coloring, it would have been white bubbles, but that's just as fun too. So I hope you enjoyed this bonus science experiment. Maxine, you want to say hi? Everyone can see you.
Hi.
Hi. We like playing in this outside, don't we? Do we add it to our water table a lot? It's the perfect spot for it. So go ahead and enjoy the rest of your soap, and we will see you later in the week for VBS. Bye.
All right, welcome back, campers, welcome back. So today we're gonna do Emmanuel, God is with us. And this is kind of like a slow jam, all right? But we're gonna make sure we get some movement into it. So our first verse is, it can feel like Christmas in springtime or the fall. It can feel like Christmas through the hottest months of all, right? So even here in the summer, it can feel like Christmas, right? So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna step touch nice and easy. So I want you to step to one side, bring in the other foot. Step, touch. Now when I do my step touch, I'm not putting any weight on that leg that's coming in, right? So I'm stepping, no weight, so I can go ahead and step right out again. There we go. Just try this with me. Step, touch, step, touch. And when you start to feel a little bit more confident within it, put a little bit of a snap. And if you can't snap, you can fake it. Awesome. So that's what we're going to do during verse 1. We go, it can feel like Christmas in the springtime or the fall. It can feel like Christmas through the hottest months of all. Awesome. So I'm stepping on here. This is my left foot, but it should be your right foot at home. No weight on the other foot. We're going to do what's called a grapevine, okay? Let's break that down. Really, really simple. You're going to step out. Now with your other foot, put it behind you. Behind. Now step out with this other foot. Step out, bring it in touch. Yeah? Let's try it to the other side. Out, behind, out, touch. All right, let's try the other side. Out, behind, out, touch. Again, out, behind, out, touch. Awesome, awesome. You are ready for any country western line dance. So, we just finished our first verse, so we're going to our pre-chorus. I'm going to pick up my book here so I can read the lyrics. Christmas time reminds us Jesus came to us. We will never be alone. It's all because. Stop. All right? So let's go ahead. Even though it's just step touching and grapevining, let's try that with music just to get into our bodies and to really listen to these lyrics, right? What's nice about a slow song is we can really absorb what it's trying to tell us. All right, so let's give it a go. Here we go. All right, get the feel of the beat. Let's start that step touch this way. Here we go. Yeah. Nice and easy. Give it a little bop if you can.
It can feel like Christmas in the springtime or the fall. It can feel like Christmas.
All right, get ready. Here comes that grapevine. We go. Open, cross, open, touch, open, cross, open, touch. Again.
We will never be alone. It's all because.
Awesome, awesome. How'd you do? Did you do okay? Well, here's what's great about this being on video. If you need a little bit of help, if you want to go over something again, go ahead, rewind, go through it as many times as you need, all right? But we're going to keep moving ahead. So now we're going to be into our chorus, and we're going to learn a little ASL, yes, a little American Sign Language. So our chorus goes, Emmanuel, God is with us all year long. Emmanuel, you are why we sing this song. All right, so when we do Emmanuel, we're going to do ASL for God. So you're going to put up your hand in a nice, this is what we call a blade in the dance world. We're going to bring it down. Emmanuel, God is with. So you're taking your hands into a fist, and they come together, which means with, right? So that was, God is with us all year long. Okay, and this is long. So let's just try that. We go. Emmanuel, God is with us all year long. Amazing. So then we just repeat. Emmanuel, you are why we sing this song, right? So it's almost like we have, I don't know, some sort of instrument here, or we're conducting a choir, all right? So let's put those two together. So this is the top of the chorus. Emmanuel, God is with you all year long. Emmanuel, you are why we sing this song. Awesome. Then we have, you came down from your throne above to be Emmanuel. So all we're doing is we're picking our hands up. You came down from your throne above to be, and then guess what we're going to do? You got it. Emmanuel, God is with us. Cool? So that's the chorus. Let's try the chorus with music. So we're going to be going to, let's say, 34 seconds. All right, remember, get those brains turned on.
We will never be alone. It's all because.
Here we go.
Emmanuel, God is with us all year long.
Awesome.
Emmanuel,
Song.
you are why we sing this song.
Raise it up. Amazing. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's stop there. Let's go all the way to the beginning. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep moving ahead, and we're going to go to verse 2 and the second chorus because it's exactly the same. And when we get to the bridge, it is so simple. So we get to hear a little bit of a song that we're probably familiar with. Oh, come, let us adore him. And all you're going to do is you're going to go and open and sweep people in. Oh, come, let us, hands down, adore him. Again, oh, come, let us adore him. And then it's all the same. So let's just go over that bridge. Here we go. Oh, come let us adore him. Oh, come let us adore him. So simple, right? And I know you, and I know you're going to be able to put together. So let's just put together the whole song. Let's try it. Here we go. All right, get the groove. All right, let's start that step touch. Here come the words.
It can feel like Christmas in the springtime or the fall.
Yeah.
It can feel like Christmas through the
Grapevine.
hardest months of
Here we
all.
go.
Christmas time reminds us Jesus came to us.
Again.
We will never be alone. It's all
All right, here comes an ASL.
because Emmanuel, God is with us all year long. Emmanuel, you are why we sing this song.
Arms up.
You came down
Arms down.
from your throne
ASL.
to be Emmanuel. God is with
Step touch. Awesome. Here comes that second verse.
Don't need lights or presents, I don't even need
That's
a
right.
tree.
Remembering that Jesus came is all it takes for me.
Jesus came is all it takes for me.
Grapevine.
Christmas time reminds us Jesus came to us.
Again.
We will never be alone. It's all
ASL, you got this.
Emmanuel, God is with us all year long. Emmanuel,
Song.
you are why we sing this song.
Hands up.
You came down from your
Down.
throne
ASL.
to be Emmanuel. God
Here
is
comes that bridge. Here we go. Again. ASL. Arms up. And let's just be here for a second, thinking about what we just sang about and what we just danced about. Awesome job, awesome job.
Mary and Joseph went to Bethlehem for a vacation to watch a soccer game because Bethlehem has great tacos, so the king could count people. So the king could count people. A knight's full suit of armor usually weighs about the same as a hamburger, the same as a feather, 50 pounds, the same as 3 llamas. £50. A turret is something that is purchased on vacation. A small castle tower used as a lookout. A very small car. A small colorful bird that likes to walk in water. A small castle tower used as a lookout. Thanks for playing!
Knights, you're so good at trivia. We can't put one over you.
You know, if Mary and Joseph were here at North Castle, they probably wouldn't have had many shepherds around. They would have shared the manger with polar bears instead of sheep. Have you ever seen a polar bear with money?
I don't think I have.
That's because they keep all their money in a snowbank. Get it? Snowbank.
Oh boy, yes. Maybe we need to put a freeze on our jokes and get back to our quest. Isaiah talks in the King's book about Jesus. He says, "A child is born to us, a son is given to us. He will be named Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Eternal Father, Prince of Peace."
That's why we have the shoes of peace?
That's right. Roman soldiers had to be prepared and have the right shoes to wear. All of the best armor in the world wouldn't help if the soldiers couldn't stay on their feet.
So Roman soldiers needed good shoes to help them moving around quickly, to keep them from stumbling or falling down?
Correct. When we talk about shoes of peace, we are talking about how Jesus lived and showed us the way to peace with God and with each other.
And that's why our castle call out today is armor up with peace.
Say that again with me. Armor up with peace.
Of course, we can't forget our banner verse. Be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his power. Let's all say it together.
Be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his power. Yes, God gives us strength to stand firm.
Oh, this is exciting. The king will be so happy that we have found 3 pieces of his great armor. When he returns from his quest, he may have a big party and knight you officially.
You're right, Sparky. Our brave friends are looking more and more like real knights. Let's pray. Thank you, Lord, that you are God. Thank you that you sent Jesus to show us how to live in peace. We know the truth that you will always be with us. Help us to stand strong in the shoes of peace. Amen.
I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.